Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama, July 25th, 2023. Tonight, part 12, I think. Have we got our numbering right, brother? Yeah. Doesn't matter. We're going to, how to show the universe is not billions of years old. Comets. Why do we still have comets up there? Halley's Comet, Hale-Bopp, all these comets. Where did they come from? We have a biblical answer tonight. You can believe it or not. We're going to try to remove time, pull the pacifier from the atheists. They need billions of years. I think Comets is going to make it where you can't have your billions of years. So tomorrow night, Johnny P. Angel and Emma Thorne did a program on their atheist channel. Going to get whacked tomorrow night. Both of you, welcome to call in. Johnny and Emma, come visit, call in. You can be a guest on our show. We'll treat you like royalty. Okay, anyway, let's see. Brother Marshall, tonight comments. Can you come on up here real quick? This is your last night here. You and your 44 kids are leaving tomorrow, right? There you go. Tell us a little bit about your family. You're going to Texas to be assistant pastor at a church, and what's going on?
Yeah, we're going out to Texas to help a church all over the world. Pastors get older and people get older, and then the zeal from knocking doors slows down, so the people pass away, and what happens?
Church goes down.
Right. So he reached out to me and my 400 kids.
Yeah.
Bless God. And we're going to try to go out there and knock the doors and get people fired up for Jesus again. We've had a wonderful time here. Dr. Hovind's taught my kids how to milk chickens and
yeah, it's hard.
drive tractors, all kinds of wonderful things.
You got 3 boys, 2 girls. If you want to support the Marshalls to get them started out there, small church, struggling church, we're going to do what we can to just get them the gas to get there. It's what part of Texas?
Monahans. It's about 15 hours from here.
Where's Monahans, Texas?
It's over by Odessa, 5 hours west of Fort Worth.
Okay. There's a whole lot of Texas between here and California.
Sure is.
Man, you can drive for 3 days. Are we still in Texas? Yeah. Anyway, brother, you've been a great blessing. If you want to help, how do they get a hold of you? You want to give a phone number or something?
I'm sure Joe can put a link later. I don't know all that off the top of my hand. Thank you.
Okay. Well, good. Well, you've been a great blessing here. 3 boys and 2 girls, and fetch them upright. Do you boys enjoy your time at Dinosaur Adventureland?
Yeah.
You look excited. Then you learned how to milk the chickens and all that stuff? Okay. Yeah. And pick up the cow eggs and all that? Good. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. If you want to support them, get busy winning souls out there. I'll put up a link here later about how to help the Marshall family survive out there the first few months. Okay. Tonight, comets. How do comets show the Earth is not billions of years old? Let me get up here. Comets show the universe is not billions of years old. Now, if you need billions of years for your theory, I'm sorry, get a new theory. If you atheists can come up with a theory to explain everything in that just a few thousand years, because there's lots of ways to prove the Earth is only a few thousand years old, then fine. How did it happen in just a few thousand years with your evolution theory? You can't do it, can you? If time doesn't work, then they need, guess what? More time. Oh, yeah. Ha! I love pulling the pacifier, listening to him scream. Okay. The sun's heat vaporizes some of the comet's material, releasing dust particles that were trapped in the ice. I think most people agree there are a couple kinds of comets, stony comets, but most of them seem to be ice. They call them a dirty snowball. And they're flying around, and the sun's radiation drives pieces off of them and makes a tail when it gets close to the sun. When it's not close to the sun, it doesn't have a tail. So the tail is made by the solar wind. It's called blowing stuff off the comet. Well, hold it. If stuff is blowing off, that would mean it's losing material. Wouldn't it? How long can you do that before it's gone? Not forever. We'll talk about comets here. Let's see, a combination of solar radiation pressure and solar wind blow away gas and dust from the comet's nucleus, forming 2 separate tails, the ion tail and the dust tail. So one is the 2 tails formed for 2 different reasons. Who cares? Okay. And the comet tail does not tell you which way the comet is going. It tells you which direction it is to the sun. The comet might be going this way and the sun blowing the tail this way. So the comet travels across with the tail pointing up. So don't be fooled by that. So the tail gets longer the closer the comet gets to the sun. I agree, no question, argument. Okay? As this comet is leaving on its orbit, it could be the tail is going ahead of it. Yeah, because the tail is particles being blown off. All right, let's see. So the comet's tail is made for two different reasons. And there have been all kinds of pictures taken of comets. Okay, let's see, this one says the comet's tail is over 1 billion kilometers, a 621 million mile long tail. That's a lot of stuff being blown off. You can't just keep losing and losing. Pretty soon it's gone. Okay, Congress has no clue about that. Okay, but let's see. The tail of a comet, there it is. Great comet, the comet of 1729, 15 greatest comets of our time. Scientists call comets dirty snowballs or snowy dirt balls, depending on whether they contain more ice or more rock. Okay. Now, according to NASA, as of January 23, the current number of known comets is 3,743. Those are the known ones. We don't know how many unknown ones there are. That makes sense? Okay. Okay. Long period comets versus short period comets. They've decided to divide them up into two categories. Short period, they come around the sun every 200 years, and you can predict when it's coming. Long period, they come around once, and where'd that come from? I don't know. They try to calculate the way it's going and figure out, wow, it must be going out, bazillion years. So the long period comets and short period comets. Some are short period comets that make one trip around the sun in 200 years or less, putting on a spectacular light show. The famous Halley's Comet comes around about every 70 years. Okay? Let's see. Short period comets take less than 200 years. Long period comets, over 200 years, with some taking 100,000 to 1,000,000 years to orbit the sun. Wow. Who watched it that long to record that? Short period comets are found near the ecliptic, which means they're orbiting the sun in the same plane as the planets. So the planets are going around the sun in a relatively flat plane. If the comet is going sort of in that same plane, this is called the same ecliptic, okay? Here we have short period comets going around, staying with pretty much within our solar system, all right? Others, like Hale-Bopp, are long period. They take thousands, maybe millions of years to make a trip around the sun. Hale-Bopp last appeared in 1997 and won't return for 2,500 years. Not sure how they know that, but it's not worth arguing about right now, okay? Fun fact, astronomers think the entirety of Earth's water was delivered to us by comets. I have a different theory, guys, I'll share with you in a minute. Comets have a tail because material is being blown off the comet. That's what it's made out of. Let's see. Littleton, Mysteries of the Solar System, did an article about that. Short period comets have a life expectancy of less than 10,000 years. Because pretty soon to keep blowing stuff off is going to be gone, right? Okay. Halley's Comet is quite well known. It passes the sun once every 75 years or so. It'll be completely sublimated, disappear after only 10,000 years or about 100 rotations around the sun. This is a typical lifetime for a comet. Solar system exploration from NASA. With each orbit around the sun, a comet the size of Halley loses an estimated 3 to 10 feet of material from the surface of its nucleus. Thus, as the comet ages, it eventually dims in appearance and may lose all the ice in its nucleus. Now see, this is going to be complicated for you Democrats. You just can't keep losing material. Pretty soon, it'll be gone, okay? This is like your checkbook. If your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. How many have learned that yourself at home with the checkbook? Okay, right, okay. What is the lifespan of a comet? 10,000 years. Disintegration is directly related to orbital period. The more it comes close to the sun, the more stuff gets blown off because it's basically the sun blowing the stuff off the comet. Okay. Shouldn't comets all be gone? Well, that's a good point. If they only last 10,000 years and the universe is billions of years old, why do we still have comets? Fair question. They say, yes, but there are more comets stored in the deep freeze beyond Pluto. So when they bring they open the freezer and let some new ones out. Hey guys, get going around the sun. Okay, let's see. More comets are stored. Okay, so comets have this tail. Shouldn't they be gone? Well, let's see. Littleton in the book Mysteries of the Solar System said, so once so deflected into short period comets, these comets must have comparatively short lifetimes, astronomically speaking, and probably no short period comet can survive more than about 10,000 years. I would agree. He did that in 1968. I don't think anything changed. They still agree, 10,000 years. So Dave Mattson did a website about me years ago. He said there are now hundreds of anti-Hovind websites. Wait till you see tomorrow night. You're going to enjoy this one. I said, I can't believe it. For tomorrow night's Whacking Atheist. Anyway, I answer skeptics' questions in scores of emails on my YouTube channel, Genesis Baptist Church. DrDino.com is our website, or call me, 855-BIG-DINO. You got my phone, Joe. I answer it all day long. Okay, I'm extension 3. I've had 330 debates against atheists and evolutionists, and I'll gladly take on more anytime. Send your best 3 evidences for evolution and call to schedule a time to defend them. Okay, Cosmos did an article. Jupiter family comets. Whoa. There are currently over 400 Jupiter family comets that are known, most of which are extremely faint. You can barely see them. This is due to the rapid depletion of their volatiles through the multiple trips to the inner solar system brought about by short orbital periods. So as they lose more and more material, they get smaller and smaller, and you can barely see them. That's common sense, okay? One guy said, Dr. Hovind, with all the flack you're taking, you must be over the target. Yep, I'm taking a lot of flack. That's fine, no problem, I can handle it. In the 1950s, a study on the orbits of several short period comets made the Dutch astronomer Jan Oort. Jan Oort said, we got a problem, guys. Comets are burning out. Yeah? So Jan Oort proposed, that means he hoped, he wished, he prayed, that the great shell of comets existed at the remote frontiers of the solar system to replace the ones that burn out. They know they're a short period. They know they're burning out. How do you save time, billions of years? Well, new ones are coming in out of the deep freeze. So Jan Oort proposed this silly idea. Better statistics, this atheist said, in recent years have supported the existence of the Oort cloud and put it at a distance of 50,000 astronomical units. What is that? That's a big ruler. You don't measure distance to comets and planets in feet and inches and miles. They measure them in astronomical units. What's that? Well, the distance from Earth to Sun, 93 million miles, is 1 astronomical unit. Pluto, the furthest planet, which you cannot see without a good telescope, is only 39 astronomical units away. Now, do the math here. They're telling me this Oort cloud is 50,000 astronomical units away. Mr. Oort never saw the Oort cloud. No one's ever seen the Oort cloud. It's hard to see a comet 1 astronomical unit from the Earth. Oort never saw the Oort cloud. He made it up. He proposed a cloud of comets based on mathematical errors. The non-existence of the Oort cometary cloud. Astrophysics and Space Science magazine, 40 years ago, 50 years ago said that. Many scientific papers are written each year about the Oort cloud, its properties, its origin, its evolution. Yet there's not a shred of direct observational evidence for its existence. Even Carl Pagan admitted that. Nobody's ever seen the Oort cloud. Let's see. Comets and the Oort cloud. Although the Oort cloud has yet to be observed, what a way to start a sentence. The theory accounts so well for the distribution of comets' orbits that most astronomers today accept its existence. It's never been observed. Okay. We need the Oort cloud. Indeed, the need for a source for short period comets, bodies that pass us less than once every 200 years, is the only evidence we have for the Oort cloud's existence. And that's circumstantial, to say the least. New Scientist admitted it a couple years ago. About time, guys. Okay. When was the Oort cloud proven? 1950, the concept was resurrected by Jan Oort, who independently hypothesized its existence to explain the behavior of long-period comets. Although it has not yet been proven by direct observation, the existence of the Oort cloud is widely accepted in the scientific community. That's fine, you can accept all you want, but don't call it science. There's got to be observation, experimentation, testing. The Oort cloud was predicted a collection of icy objects further away than everything else in the solar system. It fits with observations of comets in the planetary region of the solar system. But scientists have yet to observe any object in the Oort cloud itself. NASA. Okay. Let's see. Or maybe not the Oort cloud. Maybe it's from the Kuiper belt. Yeah, that'll do it. Aha. 10 things to know about the Kuiper belt. Its overall shape is puffed up disk or donut. Its inner edge begins at the orbit of Neptune at about 30 astronomical units from the sun and goes out to 1,000 astronomical units. Whew. That's clear across Texas, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Has anyone ever seen the Kuiper belt? Only one spacecraft has visited the Kuiper belt. Some people call it the Kuiper belt, I think. I don't care. NASA's New Horizons flew past Pluto, 2015, sending back the first clear close-up image of the tiny world. In 2019, the spacecraft flew by a Kuiper belt object named Arrokoth. So they have flown by one object and made up a whole belt of comets out of this thing, okay? Here is the supposed Oort cloud and the Kuiper belt. All right, let's see. New Horizons team created the first stereo image of Arrokoth. This can be viewed with stereo glasses to reveal the Kuiper belt's object's three-dimensional shape. The first color image taken at a distance of 45,000 miles. Can you imagine taking a picture of something 45,000 miles away? And the object, let's see, how big was it? There it is. That's what they took the picture of right there. The picture from 45,000 miles. The small body visited by NASA's Horizon is now known as Arrokoth, okay? Let me see if I understand your position. From 45,000 miles away, NASA took a picture of a rock 21 miles in diameter and gave the rock an Indian name. And now we're to believe there's a huge belt of billions of these rocks out there to supply comets that keep burning out. Is that what you're saying? That's exactly what they're saying, okay? They gave it an Indian name. 21-mile wide body was seen by New Horizons spacecraft on January. It's now officially known as Arrokoth, a term that means sky in the Powhatan Algonquin language. Wow. Mission team members announced today. Give it an Indian name. Okay, that'll help. Reverend Nick Miles of the tribe opened the ceremony to name with an Indian song, Algonquin song, okay? He said, "We graciously accept this gift from the Powhatan people." What a gift. They named the rock after him. Yeah. Bestowing the name Arrokoth signifies the strength and endurance of the indigenous Algonquin people of the Chesapeake region. Glaze added, "Their heritage continues to be a guiding light for all who search for meaning and understanding of the origin of the universe." Okay, let's see. The image taken in the long-range reconnaissance imager is the most detailed of this Ultima Thule, which they named Arrokoth. That's returned so far. 30 miles, 30 minutes, let's see. Now they got to 18,000 miles and got a picture. Well, from here to from San Francisco to New York's less than 3,000 miles. So Arrokoth is 6 times further away. If you were on a real tall ladder in San Francisco and could see something in New York City, 21 miles across, and you took a picture of it, that would be 3,000 miles. Take that times 6. What kind of picture are you going to get from that far away of a 21-mile object? Okay, let's see. The Kuiper belt is one of the largest structures in our solar system. How do you know that? Well, they saw a rock. What other evidence would you need? I mean, you can see a rock, hello. The other being the Oort cloud, the heliosphere and the magnetosphere of Jupiter. Its overall shape is like a puffed up disk or donut. Okay. It's far out, but the Oort cloud extends even further. I see. Both the Oort cloud and the Kuiper belt are thought to be the source of comets. This is because they have to have new comets coming in because they have to keep time. They know they burn out and they don't last long, do they, guys? So you made up these two belts to keep your religion. It shares similarities with the main asteroid belt. Astronomers think the icy objects of the Kuiper Belt are remains of the formation of the solar system, similar to the relationship between the main asteroid belt and Jupiter. Neptune has not been there. Let's see, instead, Neptune's gravity stirred up this region of space so much that the small icy objects there weren't able to coalesce into a planet. Blame it on Neptune. All the pieces couldn't get together, so instead they're flying around loose, and once in a while they fly by, and we get a new comet. Wow. We've only scratched the surface. Let's see. Astronomers estimate there are hundreds of thousands of objects in the Kuiper Belt. Why did you estimate that? Because they saw one. Yeah. I'm not making this up, folks. This is what they teach, okay? The birth and death of the universe, 18 to 20 billion years ago, all the matter in the universe, now that would be a lot of stuff, was concentrated into one very dense, very hot region that may have been much smaller than a period on this page. Now hold it. All the matter in the universe was squeezed into a dot smaller than a period. Tell you what, all you atheists, pay attention. I will give you $100 if you can squeeze 1 cup of water into a dot smaller than a period on a page. That's not the whole Pacific Ocean. That's not the whole Earth. That's not the whole solar system and all the stars. No, you think it all fit. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $105. I think that's all I got. If you will squeeze a cup of water into a dot smaller, anybody else want to chip in a couple of dollars on that? Make it 110? Okay, $110, okay. Most astronomers believe 18 or 20 billion years ago, all the matter in the universe was concentrated into one very dense, very hot region that may have been smaller than a period on this page. Let me understand. All this matter, all the stars, our sun, all the planets, all these hundreds of thousands of chunks of ice bigger than 62 miles in diameter, all came from a dot smaller than a period. Folks, this comes from a science book that we all paid money to print and buy and pass out to the kids. Book's right there on the shelf. There's probably more, there probably used to be a lot more stuff there. They saw one, and so they concluded there are 60,000 of them, but there probably used to be more. Lots of Kuiper Belt objects have moons. Now, how do you know that? This rock is big enough that something else is orbiting it? It's one of the places where comets come from. Kuiper didn't actually discover it. The Kuiper Belt is named for Gerard Kuiper, Cooper, whatever, who published a paper in 1951 and speculated about objects beyond Pluto. Cooper's or Kuiper's work didn't actually predict the population of objects we observe in the region named for him. The populations, plural, of objects, plural, we observe. How many did they observe? 1. Okay. For a long time, astronomers didn't realize they discovered it. Okay. Pluto was the first Kuiper Belt object to be discovered in 1930, at a time before astronomers had reason to expect a large population of icy worlds beyond Neptune. I see, okay. We first went there in 1983. First spacecraft to go to the Kuiper Belt was NASA's Pioneer 10. It crossed into the space beyond Neptune, 1983. But that spacecraft didn't visit any of the icy worlds. None other than Pluto had been discovered as yet. Okay. Preconceived notions are the locks on the door to wisdom, Mary said. She's right. You atheists have a preconceived notion. You already know in your little brain. Let's start with 2 preconceived from the Big Bang 14 billion years ago. So there must be a source out there to replace the ones that burn up. There must be an Oort cloud or a Kuiper Belt to keep supplying new comets. We need the Oort cloud or the Kuiper Belt to keep our religion or our theory alive. Otherwise, comets would show us the universe is not billions of years old. And that would mean it had to be created, and that would be terrible. Did I expose the logic correctly, atheists? This is not to scale. Kuiper Belt should be 100 times bigger. If comets are boiling away, why are there any left? Fair question from Cornell University. How come comets survive when so much of their mass is outgassed when they come close to the sun? Answer, they don't. Comets which orbit the inner solar system are very short-lived, lasting no more than a few tens of thousands of years on average. We still see comets this late in the solar system's lifetime because new comets occasionally fall in toward the sun from the Oort cloud, a spherical cloud of comets 50,000 times as far away from the Earth as the sun. Wow. Is the Hubble telescope able to give us real proof of the Oort cloud? No, it's not. Objects in the Oort cloud, believed to be 100,000 astronomical units, would be impossible to observe even with the best telescopes today. So the Oort cloud can only be inferred from the orbits of long-period comets. Okay, atheists, now listen. I'm quoting right from your sources, okay? Proof that the Oort cloud exists, National Radio Astronomy Observatory. Question. I'm somewhat skeptical about the existence of the Oort cloud. Some of the estimates I've heard indicate it could be stretched halfway to Proxima Centauri. Is the Oort cloud? Answer. There is what one would call indirect observational evidence for the Oort cloud. It's been known since 1932, then updated by Jan Oort 1950, that one needs a source for long-period comets. They knew they needed it. Still haven't seen it though, okay? This source of long-period comets, which are gravitationally bound to our sun, cannot be interstellar. Also, we've seen Kuiper Belt debris orbiting at distance of 30 to 50 astronomical units around other stars. Really? Who wrote this? You orbit? You saw, what did he say? We have seen Kuiper Belt's debris. You saw one rock, okay? And as the Oort cloud is likely a continuation of the Kuiper Belt, these properties appear to be common remnants of the star formation process. Note that our abilities to detect small bodies a few tens of kilometers in diameter in the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud regions are improving. We're getting better. That's the code word for send more money so we can build a better telescope, okay? Making the ultimate characterization of the Oort cloud inhabitants in the next few decades a good possibility. Well, until then, Jeff, don't call it science, okay? It's still in the world of imagination, isn't it? Dave Mattson said to me, if you fellows want to use the comet argument as proof of a young solar system, it's up to you to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the Oort cloud and other sources don't exist. Wait. Dave, I have to prove something doesn't exist? Think about that. Is that backwards logic? Suppose I said, watermelons are blue on the inside until you cut the skin. As soon as you cut the skin, it turns red. Prove I'm wrong. It's called shifting the burden of proof. And Dave, you know that. If you want to use the comet argument, it's up to you to prove they don't exist. No, Dave, it's up to you to prove they do exist. Okay, you got it all backwards, and you know that. Okay, I've got a theory about why we still have comets. 6,000 years ago, God made everything in 6 days. Everything, okay? 4,400 years ago, the fountains of the deep opened up to start Noah's flood. Probably launched rocks into outer space. If you had 10 miles of rock on top of this water that was under the crust, we cover on video number 2 of my series, that would be enough weight to launch things into orbit. They would go past escape velocity, 25,000 miles per hour at the surface, okay? Probably launch things. Some launched faster than others. Some began to orbit as comets, short and long period. Bible says, in the 600th year of Noah's life, the fountains of the great deep were broken up, okay? Windows of heaven were open, and the rain was 40 days, okay? There used to be water under the crust of the earth. 2 Peter 3 says the scoffers are ignorant of how God made the heavens and ignorant of the flood. Watch my video number 2 for more on that. Okay. This weight of 10 miles of rock on top of this water, once it cracks, it would shoot out so fast it would launch the rocks along the side as it erodes the crack into orbit. The same day, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up. This water came shooting out. Get Walt Brown's book. Has anybody able, Sandra, have you been able to find this for sale? Does he sell it? Get a hold of Walt Brown. He's 86 years old. See if he's still got these. This is a fabulous book on this topic, okay? So a cubic foot of rock weighs about 160 pounds, depending on what kind of rock. I understand that. 10 miles of rock would put 8 million pounds of pressure per square foot. That's 30 tons per square inch. Put that in your bike tires and watch what happens, okay? Once the crack develops, it would launch rocks into space. What if all the comets ever seen came from the Earth when the flood started? Just a theory, think about it. Some were blasted way out there and never returned. Some return every few years and get smaller every time. Some might have become moons around some other planets. Maybe they captured them in their gravitational pull. Some might have hit the planets or the moons and made craters. The moon does have a lot of dents in it. Where'd they come from? And just Google to see both sides of the moon. The other side of the moon was not seen until, the last 40 years ago when they sent a rocket past it. Because the moon is gravitationally locked. The same side shows toward us all the time. The near side has a lot of big craters. The far side has a lot of smaller craters. Very different looking. Why does the other side of the moon look different? Well, the stuff that hit it directly would make a big dent. The stuff that shot past and came back, moon's gravity is pretty weak, make a littler dent. Just a theory, okay? Bible says in the last days there would be scoffers who would walk after their own lust and say, where's the promise of his coming? He said, for this they willingly are ignorant of. The scoffers are ignorant that by the word of God, the heavens, plural, were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. So they're ignorant of how God made the creation. We covered that on video number 2, okay? Then they're also ignorant of the flood. This world was overflowed with water and perished, and they're ignorant of the coming judgment of God. The scoffers are ignorant of the creation, the flood, and the coming judgment of God, and it's coming whether you like it or not. Get my chart on the topic about the creation, and the end times, what's going to happen in the future with all the Bible verses. These are $10. You can order it on thre.com. You got all kinds of fancy black and white things you're putting up there, brother, don't you, on all this? Man. I'll fix that later. Okay. It says in Matthew 24, after the tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. Oh, same thing in Mark 13. See, my video series and my book on what on earth is about to happen is around here somewhere. You can put the one up for that one, brother. Way back there. Okay, I don't want to reach it. All right. See, the heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament showeth his handiwork. Evolution theory has the sun and stars coming before the earth. God said he made the earth before the sun and stars. Somebody's lying, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, that's enough on that topic of the comets. I believe there's pretty overwhelming evidence that comets cannot last billions of years. You guys who need more time, why do we still have comets? And don't give the Oort cloud and the Kuiper belt as your answer. We don't know that they exist. If they do, show me. Even then, if there's a belt of comets flying or material flying around out there, could that have been created there 6,000 years ago? Could that have been blasted off from the earth when the fountains of the deep broke open? I don't know, but it's sure not right for us all to pay for your stupid religion to be taught in the school system. You atheists ought to go start a private school and teach whatever you want to teach. I don't want to pay for it. You can't do it, can you? You got to steal everybody else's money to pay for your religion. Yeah. Okay. Questions or comments real quick and we'll quit. Sir, is this your new channel? I really want to see you in person. I'm from the Philippines. Yes. Genesis Baptist Church has been our channel for how long now, brother? Yeah. We also are on a lot of other channels. Let me put this first slide back up right here. We're on Rumble, Kent Hovind Official. We're on Odyssey. And go to our website, drdino.com, where it lists all the different stuff that we're on. Thank you. Always wanted to visit the Philippines. Let's see. Hovind is ruining the Big Bang cosmology. Yay. Yay. Let's see. Comets that enter the inner solar system have evaporated. Occasionally, new comets from deep space enter the inner solar system from other comets gravitationally changing their orbits. Crybaby. What evidence do you have for that statement you just made? Did you listen at all to what I just said for the last 36 minutes? Apparently not. This is a statement of your faith, crybaby. You don't have scientific evidence for that. You're claiming new comets are coming in. Okay, I'm asking a legitimate question. Where are they coming from, and how do you know this? Welcome to Genesis Baptist Church. Any new people? If you appreciate in-depth Bible studies, creation versus evolution, subscribe for tons of fun. Is that from you?
No, that's from you. Science is awesome.
Yay. Okay. Yeah. So please subscribe. I can't believe how fast it's gone up, brother. How many subscribers? It's 22,000 now. Yeah. We had over 220,000, and YouTube shut us off and never told us why. Okay. Any more comments?
I didn't read this, but it just.
Okay. Fruit power. Do you think they changed Pluto to a Kuiper Belt object because they did not find enough Kuiper Belt objects? I don't know. I don't think Pluto cares at all what they call it. Probably doesn't even know they call it Pluto. Yeah. Okay. And doesn't care. Okay. Just like the animals don't care how we classify them either. They don't care at all. I mean, you let them loose in the woods, the cows look for other cows to mate with, not pine trees. Okay. They know what their kind is. Our scientists don't know, but they know. The squirrels know which one to look for. Yeah, every time. Okay, tomorrow, whack an atheist.